Hey YouTube, in this video I'm going to be doing my deck profile for Ghostricks. Ghostricks, they came out back when Shadow Spectre came out. They got some new support here and there with the recent release as well as the one before it. So I changed the deck again, and the deck is even more random than before. But I'll probably, after this deck, basically what I want to do is I want to test all the cards in the deck, see how it does, and then further refine it from there, see which ones are actually the ones worth keeping at like 2 to 3 copies, and which ones are the ones that are either good at 1 or none, things like that. So let's get started. Start off 2 Ghostrick Lantern, down from 3 because I needed to make room for some of the new stuff. So basically Battle Fader. 2 Jingshi, this is your Stratos. 2 Spectre, this is your draw power. Originally I had 3, 3, 3, but to make room I had to like chop each of them by 1. And then 1 Ghostrick Mary, 1 Ghostrick Ghoul, random tech, and then I'm running 2 of each of the new cards. So Ghostrick Doll is new, and so is Ghostrick Werewolf. And then I'm running 1 of every single other Ghostrick. So 1 Yugioh, 1 Neko Musume, 1 Skeleton. Skeleton, surprisingly, is actually pretty good. I think there's a pretty good build revolving around this card. I might try it out. 1 Ghostrick Witch, 1 Ghostrick Jack Frost. Nice thing about Jack Frost is he's also like a Battle Fader, sort of. He's like Lantern, only not as good. So even though I did drop him to 2, it's almost like I still kind of have 3. And then 1 Ghostrick Stein, and 1 Ghostrick Yeti, and 1 Ghostrick Mummy. So that's the monsters. Oh, and 1 Dark Arm Dragon. So Dark Arm Dragon is in here for pretty obvious reasons. Every single Ghostrick is dark, so it's very easy to summon him, and it's very easy to use his effect. So I just threw him in as a random boss monster because the deck does tend to be very underpowered. So I threw him in, blow up the opponent's back row, blow up the opponent's face down monsters or whatever, and just, yeah. For spells, 1 Ghostrick Mansion, that's their original field card. 1 Ghostrick Museum, that's their other field card. And then now, with the release of Primal Origin, they have a 3rd field card. So now there's Ghostrick Parade. So Mansion, Museum, and Parade. So my understanding of these is that they are for different builds. So right now I'm just running Hodgepodge, all 3 of them, for total of 3 field cards. Originally I was going to do like 2 Mansion and 1 of those 2, but then I was like, well, I don't really need more than 3 field cards. So I just play the deck based on what field card is active at the time. Which one I draw into first, basically. And then because they're all dark, Allure of Darkness is in here for extra draw power. 1 Swords of Concealing Light. I feel that 1 is really enough. 1 Dark Hole. The reason why only 1 is needed is because the deck has enough ways of stalling. Dark Hole, 2 MST, and 1 Mind Control. Mind Control because you're going to force your opponent to have to set stuff a lot, so Smashing Ground won't be that optimal. So I went with Mind Control. And Book of Moon would also be a pretty good card in here. But really, I guess I could run it if I didn't run the 2nd Typhoon or one of my trap cards, but I'm never going to really need it for my own monsters, so I really will only use it for my opponent, and yeah, I just couldn't fit it in. For trap cards, I'm running 2 Ghostrick Knight. Actually, now that I think about it, I might actually try putting Book of Moon in here, because Book of Moon would combo pretty well with this card. So basically, Ghostrick Knight and Swords of Concealing Light, or Ghostrick Knight and Book of Moon, combo real well. This prevents your opponent from, as long as you have a Ghostrick monster, your opponent cannot flip summon. So you basically get them stuck where where you send their stuff face down and they can't do anything. And then 2 Ghostrick Vanish, 1 Ghostrick Scare, 1 Ghostrick Go Round. So these are my Ghostrick specific trap cards or themed trap cards. One thing, another reason I just remembered this. The reason why I don't really run Book of Moon is because there are combos with, say, Ghostrick Go Round and a couple of other effects that allow me to force my opponent's monsters face down. But yeah, Book of Moon would be another good one because you're always going to be able to use it unless you can't target that monster. And then one Scrap Iron Scarecrow. This is just really good. It fits in with the theme of the deck so well. Because oftentimes your opponent will try to either attack you directly because all your stuff is face down, or they'll just try to attack one of your Ghost Tricks and get rid of it. So this is just a really good stall card overall. I run this over Swords of Ravine Light because I can use it again and again, and they'll just have to Typhoon it eventually. One Call the Haunted. It's Call the Haunted. It fits in very well with the theme. One Torrential Tribute. One Compulsory Evacuation Device. Bottomless Trap Hole and Mirror Force. So that's the traps and the spells. For the extra deck, I'm running one Ghostrick So Cute boss. Or so... yeah. This is the new boss monster they got. It's surprisingly pretty good against a lot of decks, like Artifacts and some other decks that kind of aren't as aggro intensive, or they just don't like target and blow up stuff. 2 Ghostrick Alucard. The original boss is just still really necessary. And then 1 Ghostrick Dullahan. So these are my Ghostrick Exceed monsters. I could run more of these two, but I don't really need to. I mean, I might throw in like a second one of these or that, but it's not really necessary. And then 1 number C96 Darkstorm. 1 number 39 Utopia Roots. 1 Windup Zen Mains, Levier the Sea Dragon, although I probably don't really need Levier. 1 Gachi Gachi. 1 number 56 Gold Rat, Slacker Magician, Digusto Phoenix, Tempo the Percussion Djinn, Mellow Melody the Brass Djinn, and Muzu Rhythm the String Djinn. So I just kept those in there as filler cards. They're pretty good. And yeah, that was pretty much the deck. The nice thing is the deck can't really get rank 4s, so it's nice that Utopia Roots exists because now they kind of have a Utopia card for themselves, or available to them. So let me know what you guys think about the deck. What would you change out? I'm always open to constructive criticism on how to improve the deck. It helps me improve, it helps you guys improve. As always, guys, rate, comment, subscribe. Thanks.